Always check your surroundings before starting shit. What I mean by that is if you go to the bathroom, make sure there's toilet paper in there because you're gonna have a hell of a day if there isn't. Well, guess where I'm at? I am at the place that I ended up fucking my arm up at when it was my last load for Stevens. I'm right here in the same place that I was in, picking up from here, taking a load into Maryland to start my next week off with a bang, because it's not paying that well, but you know, what do you expect coming out of Florida? I did take a nice load coming into here, and that's kind of what I'm talking about now, like a preface or preface into what to expect for my next check. Just under $7,000 gross for this last week. It was rough. Really, the only rough part of it was going to Georgia, Atlanta specifically, and now I'm in fucking Florida, and it's been nothing but raining here. When I got loaded up last time I was here, it was at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I had this fucked up docking opportunity. I hope they got me in that place this time because I'm going to try to tackle it again. But I'm going to show you how fucked up it is. It's the most jacked up docking area I've ever done. Well, other than being in New York. But I'm just saying, like, out here in Florida, you expect to have space. You know, it's Tropicana, for Christ's sake. So it's like, you'd think that there would be a decent spot or easy backing opportunities. That particular space where I was at, not so good. So I am, if you want to just kind of be safe, you can kind of knock off about half of what you make gross as bring home. So, you know, $7,000 if we round it up, because it's not very much less than that. It's gonna be roughly $3,500 net. Some of that's going into the e-fund, of course, and if it's over $500, then I'll be pulsing that out because that's all tax money for me. It's gonna help soften the blow of my taxes that I need to take out of my gross, I mean my net money. So I'm taking my boots off because I'm gonna be here a while. So I'm probably gonna catch up on a little more sleep because I plan on driving this as hard as I can because I'm losing time sitting here. It's due at 5:30 in the morning on the 3rd, and it is the 1st, and it's 11:47. He said there's like 10 people in front of me. So I know from being here in the past that the yard dog's gonna come up, honk, or knock on your door and tell you what door to go to. So I know there's 10 people in front of me. There's people fucking everywhere right now. I don't want to try to change the camera up because it does end up screwing the audio up for some reason. I need another phone. I'm going to probably go with the Google Pixel next time because I do film all my videos on my phone. So why not have a camera that's going to look fucking awesome, right? Upgrades, man, upgrades. We're going to make the channel better. Other than that, though, we're kicking ass. It's been a little overwhelming. I woke up this morning, didn't think I was gonna make it on time because of my clock. I've been running on recap since my second week out, like the beginning of my second week. When I took that $6,000 load from Washington State to Florida, I had to take that load on recaps. It was about 43 hours total to get from one end of the country to the other end. The longest route you could possibly take, not straight across, okay, from tip down to diagonally down to the other tip of the United States. And it's not like, I mean, I guess it's the same distance if you were to go like itty bitty bottom of California all the way up to like Maine or some shit up there, Boston. So, yeah, I was running on recap. So like one day I literally drove my clock down to where I had 1 hour left each time I shut down. So first day was like 10 hours. The second day was like 6 hours. It all just depended on how many hours I got back that day to be able to run. So I ran hard, and when I got my 10-hour days back, I would drive it down about half an hour before my 70 was up. I like to give myself an hour because, say for instance, you're shutting down at a shitty time. You don't have the clock to be rolling around trying to find parking. So, and I'll say I had never been through the West as much as I've been through the East. Like, I've been on the East Coast predominantly throughout my less than a year of experience that I've had with truck driving. So out in the West, I don't know, but I'll tell you this: there's a lot more Walmarts out there that welcome truck drivers. There's literally like truck parking at some of these Walmarts. And I think that's awesome. And I think the reason why is because it's so fucking busy out here on the east. All the people live over here. You go out west, it's all fucking farm, land, little bits of people out there. So you are literally in the middle of fucking nowhere out there. Like, there's service areas, but they're like 40 to 60 miles apart from each other. Half of them are fucking shut down. Okay, baby. God damn it. She's gonna fucking... As soon as I do a video, something happens and my notifications go off. I need to like turn off Do Not Disturb or turn on Do Not Disturb whenever I start filming these, because my phone blows up all the time. I'm always getting notifications. I'm always getting phone calls. I'm always getting text messages. It's hard to keep up sometimes, and it's like that's where I felt like I got really overwhelmed, was all the notifications. My channel's growing, people asking questions. It's like I get it. I love being able to help people and talk to people, but in reality, it's like, if you guys have questions, I might have to make like a dedicated series on like answering specific questions, so that I don't have to like send you to a video and give you a timestamp, because that would be just as much work. Like, because I talk about everything in my channel, and it's always roped in with something else. It's not just strictly tips and tricks for your prime trucking needs, you know, tips and tricks for Stevens Transport. You know, I'm not doing anything like that. It's more or less like I just kind of rope it in with my videos. And those of you guys that watch my video from start to finish, every video, thank you. You guys know what's going on, and I don't hear from y'all, but it's always the people that like, they come in on a pay video. Because I'll tell you right now, my top 5 videos are all my pay videos from Prime. What I'm making, breaking it down. So I feel like since people are watching those, I'm gonna have to put more effort into those, because all I'm doing is kind of breaking it down minimalistically. Like I think by the 3rd time I made a pay video, I kind of understood how the settlement read out, you know what I mean? Then you got Macro 27 on here, which basically breaks down everything in a simplistic format that you can see on the Qualcomm. And I didn't realize that until I met up with Lyle, and you guys haven't seen his video with me in it. It was only about 3 minutes long, but we were just talking shit, really. I got to meet him in person. I was awesome. I'm glad I finally got to meet him. There's a couple other people. I've been recognized twice by Prime drivers already here in Florida. One was at a stoplight. I was at a stoplight, and I looked, and I always do this. When I drive by, I'm always like this. What's up, man? What's up? Sorry. Damn. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I did that a little too much. But I do that. I'm like, what's up? Like this. I'm like, like the fucking. You get the bottom lip under your teeth. You're like, you're getting it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're like, that's more Jim Carrey shit. But so I do that, and like this chick was driving in the truck, and she was like this. She kind of like waved, and then she was like. Like, I guess she recognized me, and then I pull in here to Tropicana, and another guy, like, I was like this, what's up, man? Like, stupid, like, and he was like, what's up, man? Like, it was great. Like, just, I love it, man. Like, I'll say, my percentage has gone down a little bit, okay? Maybe, like, it wasn't 80% of the drivers that wave at me. Now, I'll say maybe, like, closer to about 65 to 70% of the drivers that I wave back. And I'll say, like, sometimes I'll miss them coming down the other side of the road, because there's big medians sometimes, and you can't necessarily see them. But if I'm like staring right at you, man, I'll fucking stop. I'll be like, not in the middle of the road, but if we're in a facility like this, I'll stop, and I'll make my truck's fucking brakes go. I'll do that kind of shit, and make it real loud, and I'll be like, stop there! Like, until they fucking wave back. I get it. Sometimes people get busy, whatever. But yeah, this week should be good. Little overwhelming. Now that I'm stopped and I can fucking relax, like I'm about to go lay back in berth, and I'm just gonna fucking chill, like, and relax. And I'm excited for that. This will be ready in a couple of hours, so I might even nap some more. It's nice to just be like, know that I'm under a load, and know that I don't have to go anywhere. This is my 3rd week out now. Well, technically, I'm working into my 4th week, if you want to be technical as far as pay periods. So I'll be out 1 more week after this, and then I'm going home. I'm definitely taking 7 days. I don't know if I'm going to take more than that. It just depends on how good these next 2 weeks are. Now that I'm making money, everybody asking for money and shit. Everybody's want to be borrowing money. So I'm trying to just get my savings built up and like start taking care of our shit at home, and like we're already caught up. I just want to make sure that we have money in the bank, because I'm about to like take a whole week off. I'm missing out on potentially, let's say just based on around my average, at minimum 21 up to $3,600 a week that I'm making. That's between what I've made so far. But I wanted a solid month of running hard to see what my potential is solo as a prime driver. And that's going to be a big video. I say big, it's going to be watched a lot. I'm not going to put a lot of effort into anything. I'm just going to break down all my settlements, my net pay, and then we're going to break it down from there. So I'm not including my e-fund. I'm using my e-fund strictly for taxes. 20 cents per mile goes into the e-fund. So on average, I'm putting anywhere from $450 of anywhere up to $800 every check into that e-fund. So I'm already at like $2,100. This check right here, I should be able to take that money out and start fresh, because I don't want them paying my truck note. I want to be in the hole when I take my time off, because I'm going to be able to work myself out of it. And if I make good money this month, then I'm not going to have to worry about if I miss a check. You know what I'm saying? We're still going to be good. Rent's still going to be good. I'm still going to get time at home. I'm still going to be able to spend time with my family. I'm still be able to see my kids. It feels good to know that I'm out here busting my ass and showing. It feels really good. You bust your ass. I keep saying this shit. I know it's the only reason I do this is because it's the only thing I have considered. And the amount of fluff that they try to give me back at Stevens, saying that, you know, you make as much as you want. No, you don't. You work your fucking ass off to make minimum what you'd make here on a bad week. It's not even a joke. It's not over exaggerating. Bad week here, like seriously, you run like, maybe you run 2 trips, you're still gonna get like $900 to $1,000. That's still like $200 more than I was making at Stevens. I'm not even getting incentives here. This is just working. I don't get incentives at all. It's just working. Now, you know, planting the seeds of getting referrals and stuff like that. Granted, I'm giving my referrals half of the money. Like, that's still free money. That's still revenue. That's still money coming to the truck. It's still money coming to me. You know, it's like, it's just beneficial. You're making way more fucking money here. You're making what you need to be making as a driver. No matter how much experience you have. If you're hauling freight, you deserve to make hauling freight money. And $1.09 a mile, chasing miles is not money. You want to chase line haul. And even though I'm running the line haul for this load from Florida up to Maryland, it's roughly about 900 miles. I'm still making about $1,000 on that, plus fuel surcharge and reefer fuel surcharge. So, you know, it's like $1,400 this load. It's not a bad. It's the worst pay I've gotten so far, but it's not horrible. You know, it's still decent coming out of Florida, and I'm not even mad. So, send me up to Maryland, bro. Let's get the fuck out of here. I want to get out of Florida. Get me away from here. I spent all my time here. I fucking hate it here. I hate it in Atlanta. And oh my god, go back and watch that video that I said the kind of shit that I hate. Predominantly, it's all here. And then God forbid it starts to fucking rain. Every time I come here, it rains. But yeah, so this is the same Tropicana that I ended up having to do a fucking workman's comp issuance through Stevens, because I fell out of my truck at this place because they have a fucking step stool right there by the guard shack. So if you come out here to Tropicana, Bradenton, Florida, be careful coming out of your truck, because you're going to have to come out of your truck to verify the seal. Or I think that's what it was. We'll see, but whatever. I'm on line C right now here at the Tropicana. I'm about to go back and berth, play some video games, maybe take a nap, talk to my wife, answer YouTube comments, try to catch up on shit now that I got some time. And then hopefully roll out of here and shut down at a decent time. If not, then hopefully roll out of here and at least shut down by about 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning so I can get rolling. Basically, I'll make it to this next spot. I'm about to see if I can stop there. They have overnight parking. I'll just park there so I ain't got to worry about driving to and from or whatever. Maybe I can just drop the trailer. I don't fucking know. I haven't been to Maryland in a minute, so yeah, anyways, remember, just ladies, love you, fucking ready to take care, and I'll see y'all another time. Sada.